Okay, guys, so we've already done our vocabulary words, we've read the text, and now what we're going to do is we're going to review what we already learned. So I'm going to get my whiteboard. I'm sorry, Christy, can you give me a whiteboard?
Yes, ma'am.
And a marker? Or Oliver, that's great. Yeah. And I need a white marker. Or white, oh, I have one right here. Okay. So what are some things that you learned about from the text? Remember, you can use your cards that we made, and you can use your text. Yusuf.
Well, I learned that a liquid could turn into a solid, and a gas
Okay, so a
never
liquid.
turns to anything.
Okay, so a liquid can turn into a what?
A liquid could turn into a solid, and a solid could turn into a liquid.
Okay, so a liquid can turn into a solid.
And a liquid could turn to a gas. So
Okay.
there's evaporation and then water vapor.
Okay, so then a liquid can turn into a gas. A liquid can turn into a gas. Can a gas turn into something else?
No.
It can?
Oh yeah, because when
What can a gas turn into? Mustafa? What does the gas turn into?
Liquid.
Why? Because it turns into...
Because if
So like in the air, we have water vapor, and that's called a cloud. And then what does the cloud turn into?
turns into liquid,
Which comes down from the sky as...
water. I mean, rain.
Rain.
Yeah. So a gas can turn back into a liquid, or it can turn into a... The gas can turn into a
solid.
solid. So Anthony, what would be an example of a solid coming from the sky?
Ice cube.
Ice cubes fall from the sky?
Snow.
Snow comes from the sky, exactly.
I have one more question.
hmm
How does water evaporate?
So we talked about that in our text, right? So remember when he came out of the pool and he was all wet?
Yeah.
Did he stay all wet?
No.
What happened? Go, Anthony. Why? Why did the water evaporate?
Because of the sun.
Yeah, because of the sun, exactly. So here's a question. How does matter change from one to the other? Like, how does it go from a solid to a liquid to gas? What has to happen? What has to change? Look back in the text. What kept changing, especially when we're talking about water, changing from solid, liquid to gas? What changed? Yusuf?
Seasons changes.
Not necessarily seasons.
Because seasons make
Right,
liquid.
but Anthony was talking about in the summertime, it went through all three states of matter, right? We talked about how he had ice in his drink, and he had water on his, he was swimming in water, and that was the liquid, and then the solid was the ice that he was drinking, and then what was the gas?
It was hot chocolate.
Yeah, but that was in the wintertime. In the summertime, what was the gas? Yusuf?
The gas was
In the summer,
the pond because the water vapor coming up.
because of the
Sun.
because of the
Sun.
Yeah, because of the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about this. What is changing that water from a solid, a liquid to gas, a gas, liquid, solid? What has to change in order to move it from one state of matter to the other? Oliver, what do you think? So look back in your text. What keeps changing?
Seasons.
But can you go from a solid to a liquid without the season changing?
Yes.
No.
There was ice in my glass,
It melts.
and now there's not. It melted because the what changed?
Sun.
Not the sun.
What?
There's no sun
Season.
here.
Season.
So a season changed in this room?
The temperature.
The what?
Temperature.
The temperature. Everybody say the temperature.
Temperature.
Okay, let's go over that. Mirror words. Temperature.
Temperature.
Changes
Changes
the state
the state,
of matter
the matter,
if it's hot
if it's hot
or cold.
or cold.
It changes
It changes
the state
the state
of matter.
of matter.
Mirrors off.
Mirrors off.
So temperature is what changes the state of matter from one to the other, from liquid, solid to gas. Okay. Is there anything else you learned? Yusuf?
One thing I learned that was how water turns to water vapor.
Okay,
Like
which is
how-
temperature, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good. So I'm gonna write that down. So temperature changes states of matter. Oliver, what did you learn?
Yeah, matter is everywhere.
Ooh, that's a good one. That matter is everywhere. Who's made of matter?
All of us.
Yeah.
Everything in this room.
Yep. Matter is everywhere, and everything is made of matter.
Even glasses.
Yep, everything. And everything
Glass.
is made
Everything's
of
even
matter.
gas.
Going like this.
Yeah.
Even Goku?
Yep. Yeah, Goku is made of gas.
How's
Exactly.
Goku made of gas and he's from TV?
He was saying Goku is made of matter.
Oh yeah, because it's a character from TV.
Uh-huh.
So if it's a character, we're characters on the Earth, so it's matter.
Right. Exactly. Anything else that you learned?
Food. Food.
Maybe like an example that you learned about solid liquids and gases.
Temperature.
I
I learned temperature.
You learned temperature. Raise your hand, please. Christy, did you have something?
No.
Okay. Anthony?
Water.
Okay.
Ooh.
What about water?
It's a liquid.
It's a liquid.
Okay, it can be a liquid.
And a solid.
Uh-huh. So water can be all states of matter.
Water.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn to the person next to you. So Christy, Yusuf, and Oliver, you guys are gonna turn to talk to each other.
To a group.
And then Anthony, you and Mustafa are gonna talk. And I want you to look at me.
Yeah.
I want you to summarize. What does it mean to summarize?
Summarize that means.
Summarize means to like talk about and like see what you learned or evaluate your answer.
Okay. Is it about every single thing, or is it just about the most important parts?
Every single thing.
No,
it's
the
most
most
important
important
part.
Okay, so you're gonna summarize. You're gonna talk about the most important parts that you learned. And this is what I want you to include. What matter is, so talk to your partner about what matter is, or your group. Talk to them about the differences between solid, liquids, and gases. Look at me. Class.
Yes.
Okay, talk about what matter is. What is the difference between solid, liquid, and gas? Okay, so like liquid is this, gas is this, solid is this. And you can look back in your notes if you have to, or not in your notes, in your text. And then, how does temperature change the state of matter? Okay, class. Hands and eyes. I want you talking with one another. I want you looking at your text, and I want you using your note cards. Okay, I need every single person talking and every single person listening, and we're taking turns.
Okay.
Oh, class?
Yes.
Everybody understand?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and get started.
Wait, Miss
Talk to your friend.
A gas.
Talk to your partner.
A liquid.
I thought you were with me. No, we're
No, they're
together.
stopping.
So Anthony, you're talking to your partner.
Okay. It says here.
So what is matter?
Everything is matter. Everything in the world is matter.
Liquid.
Even air, liquid, and gas.
And
Gas.
Liquid can be. Oh wait, density. And
density.
Liquid is something.
Density means if it floats or sinks.
Let me talk now.
And another thing is solid.
Matter is
Solid can be a rock, a human. It can be.
So make sure that Christy and Oliver are talking.
Okay, put your over.
Funko Pop.
Good, Yusuf. Good job.
Gas. It could be the pumpkin. Yeah.
Look in your text. What is gas? What is liquid? What is water?
Liquid.
Look in your
Gas.
text.
Liquid
Christy.
is something that you
Look in your text. What is a solid, liquid, and gas.
Gas is
Solid. Solid is when the particles that make up an object are so close together they cannot move around.
Good job, Mustafa.
Liquid when the particles.
Yeah, class.
Yes.
Yeah, class.
Yeah.
Cannot move.
I heard Mustafa say the difference between solid, liquid, and gas, but I didn't hear this other group. Solid means that the particles are close together or far apart. Look in your text. Look in your text. Are the particles close together? Are the parts close together or far apart? Look in your text, Christy.
An object are completely.
Oliver, did you find it?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, so solid means the particles are what?
Solid.
Okay.
And it's
What about a liquid?
a liquid and everything.
You did
Look at the text.
when the particle that makes up an object are close
Okay, so
together,
liquid, the
but
particles are far apart.
they can still move
Okay.
or
Class,
slide around.
why are you talking over me here?
Yes.
And the
Okay.
a gas is like everywhere, like crazy. It could be here, it could be here, everywhere.
Okay, but talk about the particles. For a solid, are the particles close together? Raise your hand. Are the particles close together or far apart? Look in the text. Is a solid the particles close together or far apart? Oliver.
Close together. For the solid,
Yes.
they're together.
Okay, good. For a liquid, Anthony, are the particles close together or are they far apart? Look in the text. Are the particles close? So for a solid, they're close together. Are they close together for a liquid?
They're close together.
Okay. For a gas, are they close together? Yusuf.
When particles make up an object are completely separated so they can bounce around.
Okay, so for a gas, they are,
For gas, they are separated.
yes, they're far apart. Good. Okay. Does a liquid stay still or does it move?
It still moves around.
What do you think, Christy?
Around.
Okay. Does a solid move?
No.
No.
Even though-
Not unless you move it, right?
Uh-huh.
Does gas move?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So solid, the particles stay close together and it doesn't move. A liquid, the particles are close together, but it's free form. It can move anywhere. Gas, the particles are loosey-goosey and it can go anywhere.
So
Okay.
it's kind of like they have a bajillion dollars to go to Florida, to go to everywhere, to go to SeaWorld, to go underneath the ocean, to see the
Yes.
Titanic.
They got a free pass to wherever they want to go. Okay.
Except the ocean.
So here's what we're going to do. This is how I'm going to test what you understood about what we read and what we talked about. On the board, I have like 6 sentence stems. I want you in your science journals to write down the sentence stems exactly how they are and then answer them. So you're going to write, matter is anything that what? Okay?
That fills up space and
Okay, and then you're going to skip a line and then write the next thing. 3 ways to classify matters are. You may not use the text, but you can use your cards to use the vocabulary words. Okay? I want to see the vocabulary words
Getting you temperature?
in your responses. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Does everybody understand what they're going to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Mirror words.
Mirror words.
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
use
use
the
the
sentence stems
sentence
and
and
answer
answer
the questions.
the questions.
I may not
I may not
talk
talk
with my neighbor
with my neighbor
or read my text.
or read my text.
I can
I can
use my note cards.
I can use my note cards.
Mirrors off.
Mirrors off.
Okay, go ahead and get started.
I made a
Go by ourselves.
you should be writing right now.
And then no cards.
In your science journals, you should be writing your sentence stems.